And we are officially less than a week away from the unofficial first half of the season, the MLB All-Star Game. Here to help us make sense of the Astros' first half on this 4th of July weekend. I see it right there. Our very good friend from the Gallant Says podcast, Paul Gallant, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys?
It's great to have you in. And Paul, let's lead off with this. Speaking of the All-Star Game, Yordan Alvarez is headed back to the Midsummer Classic. He will be the American League's starting designated hitter, his 4th career All-Star selection, 2nd fan-elected start. Among the league leaders in home runs batted in, OPS, is he the front runner for AL MVP?
It's hard to think of anyone else who holds a candle to him. I mean, he's a real Triple Crown threat. I think the big obstacle for someone like Yordan Alvarez, though, is that he's a designated hitter. Now, we've seen Shohei Ohtani win designated hitter in a year 2024 when he didn't pitch. But it's really tough to win. But, man, he is tearing the cover off of the ball. And I think he starts getting the Barry Bonds treatment at some point later on this year. You are crazy if you're pitching to this guy right now.
He is having an MVP caliber season, in my opinion. And I say that mostly because he is such a threat when it comes to, for example, the game, the finish, the walk-off on Saturday night. He's becoming that guy you mentioned where he might end up getting the star treatment. I don't know, maybe that ends up hurting him a little bit in the second half of the season, but he's certainly performing like an MVP to me.
Zach, you and I were having this conversation. Yeah. I said it too. I was like, why did they not walk him? I mean, bottom of the ninth, it's a tied game, and you pitch to Yordan. I was confused. It was head scratching to me. But look, I'm not gonna go and throw out stats at you, but I'm gonna say Yordan is on a tear. I mean, he's just playing at another level right now. I think this is the Yordan that you expect when he's healthy. We've seen how many injuries he's dealt with in the last few seasons, right? And so we haven't gotten the Yordan that we know that we can get. Right now, you are. And the Astros are where they are right now, 2 games back of being at 500, fighting for a wild card spot. They're still in the race for winning their division because of Yordan. I mean, you said it earlier, too. He's probably the only guy that you can count on as far as hitting for the Astros consistently. And, I mean, I think you saw Christian Walker after the game, after the walk-off. He picked up Yordan's bat, start rubbing it on himself, saying, let me see if I can get, if this is contagious, right? And it worked for him. Today, he hits a homer, so I think that says it all.
Now, with the first half of the season coming to a close, that means the trade deadline is also approaching. So are the Astros in a position to get what they need, and what do they need exactly?
Well, I think they need outfield depth, and they have been so open about needing outfield depth. And I think they could definitely use a starting arm or somebody in the bullpen. I mean, every single team can use a little bit of help. My big question is, how the heck are the Astros going to actually get that help? What is it that they can do? I saw Dana Brown, I think just yesterday, saying, hey, we're looking at Tariq Skubal. What? How? Where? How do you do it? I want to figure out how they can actually find a way to bring guys in. I have an idea for a little bit later. It's a little bit of a pandering kind of move, but it's going to be tough for them to, I think, out of the trade deadline.
Luis?
Yeah, look, I mean, to Paul's point, what pieces do you have to actually go and make a big splash? A Tariq Skubal move? I mean, could you use him or need him, want him? Of course, I don't know. Check. Who doesn't want the guy, right? If you can get him, go for him. But what do you trade? What do the Tigers get in return? So, man, it's going to be difficult for them. Obviously, the outfield help as well is one of the areas that they need help. I mean, you just saw Joey Loperfido and Jake Myers get sent down to the minors. They're shuffling. They're trying to make any moves that they can to put people out there in the outfield because they know that they need that help. But it's going to be difficult to really land someone that's probably a game changer.
And sticking with Astros trade talk, Paul, should the Astros make a move? Who's a realistic target and who's a dream target?
I'm going to combine them both because we know what the Astros love. For this one, it is. Right. We know the Astros love talking to their exes. There's a guy who is north of the border in Toronto who doesn't have the best statistics, is in the last year of his contract, and has a no-trade clause which makes him very difficult to move. So say the Toronto Blue Jays want to shed salary, why not make George Springer come back to town?
Wow.
Now, he's not hitting particularly well this season, so how much does he help you? But we have seen guys come back to the Astros and all of a sudden, a light click. We saw it with Carlos Correa, of course, just last year. I think George Springer would be very welcome. I don't think it would take much to get him. And if we're talking realistic, just a moment ago how we said the Astros don't have much in the war chest to actually trade, this is a guy that I think they would be able to get for practically nothing.
And I think George Springer helps answer their question about offensive production in the outfield. He's got to at least make that a little bit better, right? And if you're thinking of a dream target, I mean, hey, you could always dream. I mean, you could dream of a Tarek Skubal, for instance, but I mean, Luis, that's probably not going to happen, right?
No, probably not. And we're talking about dreaming. You might as well dream big, right? How about start throwing some names out there? Shohei, if we're dreaming.
And more Astros first half talk. Houston has been hovering around 500 for the last few weeks, and so has their division. Have the Astros done enough to prove to you that they are or can be the best team in the AL West, Paul Gallant?
The American League West has proved that no one wants it. So, yeah, I guess by that logic, that means that the Astros have a chance here. The thing that's tough for me to get over is I just look at the Seattle Mariners and the pitching that they have. They have way more than the Astros do, especially in the starting side of things. And also, is Cal Raleigh really going to hit this poorly all season long? Have you seen Cal Raleigh's numbers? He's hitting in the 100s.
It's bad.
It's wild. At some point, when the marine layer in Seattle starts to dissipate, I feel like they're going to start hitting a little bit more. I think Seattle's the team in the division, but man, they do not want to take this and run with it.
Well, Seattle should be the team in the division, right, Luis? I mean, when you look at last season, I mean, really, they've got the pitching depth especially to be able to contend with anyone. But like Paul said, it's like, hey, the division's here for the taking, but nobody's taking it.
I mean, and they also have on the lineup the offensive power, you would say, right? I mean, J-Rod, you got Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh. I mean, you have several guys that are supposed to be producing for you offensively. I think when you talk about can the Astros or have they shown that they can be the best team in the AL West, I think that to Paul's point, it doesn't really have to be that you're the best team in that division. You just have to win it because nobody's up there really, making that run or separating themselves to say, hey, I'm the number one team in this division.
And let's end our Astros first half discussion with this, a good old-fashioned fill in the blank. So each of you, please,
all right,
take a whiteboard.
Thank you, sir.
And here it is. The key to the Astros' second half of the season is blank.
Okay.
The key to the second half of the season. Wow.
I mean, it's pretty clear, in my opinion, but I'm very curious as to what you guys have on your whiteboards. We're done.
All right, well, you go first.
Yeah, Paul, let's hear it. Let's see it.
Health. If they are healthy the rest of the way, they can win the American League West. They have had the absolute worst injury luck to this point this year. Really, that has been the thing that's holding them back the most. When you get all these guys back, and I know Dana Brown's going to do it. He always does this when he talks about players returning from injury. It's like getting a guy at the trade deadline. Okay, Dana. But seriously, with some of these arms that are potentially coming back, with Christian Javier potentially in the bullpen, do we end up seeing Lance McCullers doing some of the things he did earlier this year? Is Ronel Blanco going to help out in any way, shape, or form by the end of the season? It's really all about health to me. If they can stay healthy as well, especially Yordan Alvarez, knock on wood, with how great he's been hitting, they have a chance to make the playoffs. I don't know about a World Series, but health is all it's going to take for me.
Yeah. Luis, I'm going to go right now because I can't contain my excitement. It's pitching, no surprise. And yes, I agree with you, Paul. It's definitely health, but I also wanted to add pitching. You know why? Because this team is not going to hit that much better even after the trade deadline, even if they get other guys back. I think this team is about who they are, who we thought they were offensively, I should say. And so they are going to need to pitch in the second half of the season.
Interesting. I'm saying offense. I think, listen, they have been, in the beginning of the season, early in the season, they were one of the best offenses in the majors. And, there's been moments here and there, up and down, right, where they've had guys who are hitting well. Christian Walker was having a great start to the season. We know what Yordan is doing. Even, how about Altuve, his walk rate? I mean, he was just very, very disciplined at the plate, right? He's been very disciplined. So, look, I like both of what you guys are saying, but health, it's obviously very, very important, but these guys that come back, we don't know what we're going to get from them, and that goes into the pitching. Christian Javier, when he did come back, was not good. right? And Lance McCullers, hit or miss, he's had some good performances, but then it's like one good game, one bad game, one good one, one bad. And Ronel Blanco, how is he gonna be performing when he comes back? We don't know, and they're coming from big injuries. And every time when you come back from a serious injury, you just don't know what to expect that next season. So I think that ties in both of your points where health, very important, but pitching, I don't know that it's going to be the way they need it. So for me, I think you're only left with offense.
Well, if you have all three of these, pitching, health, and offense, you have a pretty good team. And Paul Gallant not going anywhere, as we still have to kick it with him. Soccer on deck. Paul Gallant will be back with us.